from the soul with it. Yeah. So NBA insider Amin Elhassan was on the George Sedano podcast, and he spoke about how there are people in the media and fans who are blaming Magic Johnson for failing to land another marquee player to play alongside LeBron James. George Sedano stated that he felt that there were a few missteps that Magic Johnson made thus far as the president of basketball operations, such as Magic Johnson not backing Luke Walton when the Lakers went 2-5 to start the season. George Sedano then stated that when LeBron was in Miami and he wanted Eric Spoelstra fired, at least Pat Riley came to the aid of Eric Spoelstra, and he felt like that was them establishing a culture, and basically Magic Johnson didn't do that. Also, with how the roster was constructed and how it's not geared towards LeBron James, George Sedano asked me how does he view Magic Johnson mishaps and how does he feel about the job that Magic Johnson has done thus far. Amin stated how he felt that the way the roster was constructed to him was the biggest mishap. Amin then addressed the people who felt that Magic hasn't done a great job and says that Magic signed LeBron James when nobody wanted to even take a meeting with the Lakers. He says Magic was able to sign who he believes is the best player in the NBA. Amin said guys are killing Magic for what? For not trading for someone? How was Magic supposed to control that? He says in order for there to be a trade, the other party has to engage. And the third thing is letting too much information get out, especially with the Anthony Davis trade talks. Amin feels that the Lakers have to do a better job and get that under control with the news leaking out. He says that the Anthony Davis negotiation was pitiful. He says that why was the public up to date with every single phone call and counter offer that was made? He was also asked who was more to blame for the stories leaking out. Was it the Pelicans or the Los Angeles Lakers? And Amin stated how it was both. So if you guys would like to hear the full audio, the link is in the description box. But listen, I can't say that Magic Johnson deserves all the blame. Like, nah, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I just can't. But I can give him 95% of the blame. You feel me? Like, it's like, nah, but honestly, I think when Magic Johnson took the job to replace Jim Buss, I think he figured that it would be a whole lot easier than it looked. And that's not to say that Magic Johnson has done a terrible job thus far, because business-wise, LeBron James is ratings in terms of marketing. It's like all eyes are on LeBron James, and the same thing goes for Lonzo Ball and the marketing machine, or who he has as a father, which is LeVar Ball. There are a lot of there are things that Magic Johnson is doing that I feel like could be prevented, especially like tampering. Personally, I don't care because it's not affecting my pockets one way or another. But it's getting to the point where it's like, Magic, like, why would you even bring up Ben Simmons and him wanting to work out with you and, speaking with you? Like, it was just uncalled for. It's like, where's your publicist? The media is looking for a story. Like, they're always looking for a story. I can't blame Magic Johnson for not pulling off the Anthony Davis trade, because to me personally, I would have done the exact same thing, offered like the entire roster for Anthony Davis. The only difference with me is if they asked for multiple first round picks, I would have did it. And, I would have called their bluff. You got people saying, well, the Lakers shouldn't have offered this more. They got to worry about their future. But to me, Anthony Davis is your future. He's going to attract other players that's going to help you towards the future. I feel like everything that you see from these young players now is what you're going to see if they make the playoffs. Because, they gave you flashes of that during the regular season. What more do you need to see? I feel like since the Lakers didn't get Anthony Davis at the trade deadline, I just don't see them getting him, period. Now, I think the Lakers are in a tough position because if we don't make the playoffs, which I still believe that we will, but let's just say we don't. You have a 34-year-old LeBron James who was hurt this season. You have a bunch of young players. There are rumors that nobody wants to play with LeBron. We didn't get Anthony Davis. And if I'm a free agent, what do you have to offer for me? And then people talk about Klay Thompson joining the Lakers. But if Klay joins the Lakers, what more credit does Klay Thompson get winning with LeBron James that would be any different? He wouldn't get him playing with Steph Curry. At least if he plays with Steph Curry and he loses, he doesn't get blamed. And Amin spoke about how Magic Johnson was able to sign LeBron James. But even I could smell that LeBron James was going to be a Laker years ago. He wanted to come to LA, and as Jerry West stated, he didn't look at the Lakers signing LeBron as a major signing because LeBron wanted to be there. Now, if Jerry West pulls off a Kevin Durant signing, and speaking of the media, Amin Elhassan says the Lakers need to control these stories and make sure they don't leak out and blah, blah, blah. But bruh, you work for a network who seemed like they was doing everything they could to make the trade happen more than the Lakers front office. You know, we should blame ESPN more than we blame the Lakers front office for letting these stories leak out. As I stated before the trade attempt, I felt like the Lakers should do their best to try to keep the story silent and try to keep it from not being leaked out. But even after seeing how it played out, I just think that Dale Demps and the Pelicans, they just didn't want to bow down to the Lakers, period. Whether the stories got leaked or not, I just felt like they weren't going to bow down and trade Anthony Davis. And as far as Magic Johnson back in Luke, it's just old. Like, it's time to move on. Y'all keep talking about something that happened in the beginning of the season. It's over. I just think that at this point, Magic Johnson should, raise the young guys' value and just let them play. I honestly believe that the Lakers still have something up their sleeve this season, but we'll just have to wait and see.